to Trials to Triumph, where we embrace hope even in trials, changing lives one struggle at a time. Have you ever heard the words, "listen up"? Whenever someone is using that, they're trying to tell us that what they're going to say is very important, and they want us to use our keenest senses to hear what they are about to say. Oftentimes, when we are in the midst of difficult situations, it's a great time for us to learn something about ourselves and maybe even improve some things. When I was studying speech communication, one of the most important things that I learned was that listening can help improve relationships with families, colleagues, or even in social settings. But the important thing to know is that there's a very big difference between what we hear and when we listen. You see, when we hear things like a dog bark, or a doorbell, or the siren on the ambulance. But when we listen, we not only hear the words that are spoken, but we comprehend so that we understand. And we even go so far as to hear words that aren't spoken and taking in the emotion with which those words are said. Today, let's look at a couple of avenues in which we can build our own listening skills so that we can improve our own relationships. If I'm going to be taking part in a very important conversation, I want to be sure that I do a couple of very specific things. First of all, I need to rid myself of all distractions. That can be very difficult in today's day and age. But I need to turn the television off, maybe put the phone on silent, stay away from the computer, and ask the kids to stay in the other room. And if the phone happened to ring or if the doorbell rang, it's important for me to tune that out and focus solely on what's being said to me. I also make a point to turn and face the person that I'm talking to, and also lean towards them so that they know I'm really listening. If we're truly present, we can not only hear what the person is saying, but we can sense what they're not saying. And if we're listening very carefully, we can also think of clarifying questions to ask once they're done speaking. When we take time to ask those clarifying questions, it allows us to better understand what the person we're listening to is really trying to say. Being a good listener is a wonderful trait. In fact, some say it's admirable. And if we're a good listener, we're going to improve our relationships with our family, our friends, our coworkers, or any community activities that we might be involved in. But being a good listener takes time. Being a good listener takes effort. It takes hard work to do it. Don't expect yourself to tackle it the very first time, but I'd encourage you to find someone you trust. Take a few minutes each week and sit down with one another and practice listening to what the other person is saying, what they're not saying, and asking some really good clarifying questions. Before you know it, you'll be making improvements in your own listening skills. One of the best things we can do when we're in the middle of a difficult situation is make improvements to ourselves. Starting with our listening, you can't lose there. So I encourage you this week to take a few minutes, practice your listening skills, and listen up to what's being said and what's not being said. I offer you encouragement for the challenge that is before you so that we might have better and stronger relationships wherever it is this life will take us. Thanks for joining me today. Please be sure to leave comments below. And for more thoughts, stories, and words of encouragement, I invite you to go to my Facebook page, where we focus on embracing hope even in trials, where we're changing lives one struggle at a time. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.